haven't gone back to watch the defense yet. I've only started to watch the offense first half. Um, you see us get away from the run fairly early, down 14 to nothing. Um, but I think that's because we came into the game realizing we could throw on this team, or feeling that we could. And I think the desperation really was in realizing that we were going to have a hard time getting Henry off the field. And I think that the coordinators felt like throwing the ball was the quickest way to catch up, because they really did feel like they could throw on this team. So we'll look at some select throws from the first half. Once again, if you'd like to support the channel, I am a musician. The music you hear beneath my voice is an original composition, and there is a link in the description box where you might listen and or download. Thanks very much. Kept waiting for the reappearance or the reemergence of this RPO game that we saw earlier in the year. Even as late as in the playoffs, thinking that might be something they would hold off a little bit on and then show again in the playoffs. It seems like the RPO kind of went away for whatever reason. RO didn't, the read option, clearly. But if Lamar is allowed here to read linebackers or second level defenders while, let's say, he has a slant called on against off coverage, well, that's sort of a big gain waiting to happen. The other sort of facet to that is how that augments, that wrinkle augments the run game. You don't see these guys tearing downhill, setting the edge or setting contain with multiple defenders. And I'm just a little confused how that went away. He also, just as a side note, didn't see much in the way of slants from this team. It's a 1st and 10 call. Ravens in an empty set against a cover 3 back end. They run these mirrored routes, particularly on the outside. Marquise runs a out to the sticks. It's possible this ball should have been out sooner. You can see Marquise gets flat there, and just too much of an opportunity of the DB with separation to come up and gain ground. That ball comes out a little, doesn't come out strong. He doesn't really get a chance to drive this ball or step into it. We'll talk about maybe why. 44 is coming on a B-gap pressure, this stunt with 90. They ran this at least one other time. We'll try to look at that. And this one's picked up okay. You can see Zeus gets caught a little bit flat-footed here, and Daquan Jones comes through him to the quarterback, and that should be a penalty there. That's helmet-to-helmet contact, and it's certainly up high. Certainly not a hit you're going to get away with when you play the. Here's a very, very similar looking stunt. This one gets home. You can see Correa stunting the B gap there, and initially Yanda and Orlando really focused on what's going on in front of them. This 4-eye here, Yanda on the standing linebacker. Linebacker drops. Feel like you've got an assignment at that point, and then they just don't communicate this stunt. This is a 3rd and 10 look, and I was pretty wrong about the Ravens being able to, I don't know about handle Derrick Henry, but I felt like they could contain him enough, keep him around 100 yards. But I was way off on that. But I was pretty right about these coverages, and you can see why the Ravens threw the ball a lot. I'm sure they came into this game thinking they could throw the ball on this team. Once they went down 14-0, I'm thinking they felt like, well, we think we can throw on these guys. That's the quickest way to get back in the game. Let's do it. And you see what we talked about. We talked about this in a previous video. P's defense is letting teams off the mat. Deep 2 look. They rush 3. Titans don't have to have a lot of knack, I don't think. I don't think it's a good fit for them, this kind of zone coverage here. They don't seem to have any, they don't seem to be real adept at any kind of pattern matching. You can just find a hole and sit in it. Typically, if you were able to protect the quarterback. You saw that throughout this game. Now, they did not break, so they did that right. But in terms of a lot of 3rd down conversions, Lamar does a good job feeling that pressure, stepping up, manipulating the pocket, buying time, and puts it on Marquise there. Watch it again. With Lamar under center, the Titans really bite on this play action. You see Hayden right wide open up the seam, wide open, and he misses him. It's interesting, you see Lamar really make the most difficult throw here. I feel like Boykin's got a step here too. If he hits him over the top. And to me, Marquise, you can see him kind of work that route in and then break it out. But it's a real rounded break. In any case, yeah, you see this play action. Lamar under center, Hayden right up the seam. And who knows what would have happened had he hit him there. It's 3rd and 16. Ravens go empty. You can see even before the ball snapped a cover 2 look or a 2 deep look. And then you can see the second level dropping here. So they don't try to disguise the fact that they're running cover 2 here. Ravens run the scissor route. Holds 26. Does not feel this receiver, Seth Roberts. And just sneaks into that hole in cover 2. And it's a beautiful throw. And there's no question, this is all over the Titans tape. And we talked about this in an earlier video. We'll watch it from the end zone view. See what they rush here. Yeah, they rush 3. I thought their linebackers, the Titans linebackers, played great, particularly in run defense. Correa here makes a great play. You can see Lamar leave the pocket with no one open. He's thinking home run here, and just Correa never gives up on the play. He's going after the quarterback and chases him down. Yeah, Lamar, there's an argument to be made that Lamar could have, should have, what have you, run this outside. But he sees coverage going this way. He sees the middle of the field. He knows he can juke. That's Rashawn Evans. And he does. He jukes Evans. He just doesn't account for that work. You watch Correa get turned around again. And just good hustle here. Saves a big gain, I think. In terms of the routes, it looks like Byard, he's pretty grabby in coverage on Andrews here. About 7 yards downfield, he's still holding him. Less and less so, but it's definitely defensive holding here. Grabs him one more time, it looks like. Yep, right there. Anyway, good play by Correa.